And I'm going to be talking to at Coach Robert Moore this afternoon. So that's at Coach Robert Moore, and I'm looking forward to it. Can you still see the watermarks? No, no. Okay, cool. Yesterday, the live was not working, guys. We tried to get on at 4 o'clock, but we couldn't. But it doesn't matter because we're on it now. We're going live. Hi, everyone. Hi, Fabrice. How are you? I'm going to add him now. That's Coach Robert Moore. Yay! It worked today.
Hey,
Hi.
it's working once I get this camera turned around. Right there we go.
Oh,
Peace, peace,
wicked.
peace. How
Yes,
are you?
working. Oh, good. How are you? Let me just turn up my mic.
I am well.
Good, good.
Angle this up the right way so I can sit right. All right, there we go. So I don't have to sit so
Oh,
far
you look
back.
nice. You look lovely.
Thank you.
Sorry, England is hot right now. Like the sun is blazing. I'm sweating. You should have seen me before. I was all like, I've got a towel here just in case, you know.
But
it's
at least
really hot
winter
here.
is over.
Yeah, at least the winter's over. It's gonna be a lovely summer. Is it warm over there?
Yeah, it's always warm where I'm at. I'm in Fort Lauderdale, so it's warm pretty
Okay,
much
yeah,
year
New York.
round.
True. And I knew that. My aunt lives there. My
Yeah,
aunt lives in Fort Lauderdale, so it's
okay.
always hot. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice up there. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you some questions about your career, your brand, health, nutrition, as much as I can. I like your
Let's
shirt,
go
by the
for it.
way, and your
I'm
ankle. I
all
like your ankle. I like that.
Give thanks,
Yes,
give thanks.
nice. I've got the earring.
I figured I'd take off my uniform and put on some regular clothes today. So
Yeah,
yesterday I was wearing my uniform, my Live Healthy shirt, my black
you're
jogging
promoting.
pants.
Yeah,
Exactly. That's my normal uniform. So I'm like, we'll jazz it up today.
yeah,
We'll
you
make
look
it a
good.
casual day. Thank
Well,
you. I
you look
appreciate
good,
it.
man. At least you're not sweating.
Yeah, no, I'm sitting with the AC on.
Yeah, oh, don't have AC. You're posh. You're posh. Okay. So tell us who you are, Robert. Tell us a bit about you and what you do.
Well, thank you. Thank you. First off, thank you for holding the space and allowing me to speak to your audience and share my journey, share my story, share all of that stuff with you. So thank you. Thank you. So I'm Coach Robert Moore. And you know how most people struggle with consistency with eating healthy and working out. So what I did is I created a system to help people change their habits around eating, working out, and how they think about both of those things so that they can create the healthy body that they want. And
Okay.
so my title, I guess if you had to put a title on it, I'm a plant-based nutrition and fitness coach. So I help people transition to the plant-based lifestyle and use body weight and at-home workouts to create the body that they want.
Bodyweight only, yeah?
Yeah, body weight and resistance bands.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. Okay, that's good. So you help people transition from being meat eaters, going into vegans, and then give them a training lifestyle to go with it. So it's the whole package, really. And vegan is right now like the best type of way to eat. So your clients are the healthiest clients out there. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. And for a lot of my clients, it is a complete 180 for their health because a lot of them are overweight or dealing with some kind of health issue, diabetes, heart disease, just high blood pressure, name it, and it's there. And so it's just a relief for people to be able to make that shift to a healthier lifestyle versus going on a diet because there's enough diets, there's enough gimmicks, there's enough fads out there that get people to a place for a minute. But as soon as they go back to eating or living a regular lifestyle, the results go away. And so for me, it's about creating a lifestyle around living healthy so that the results are just the next obvious outcome of the actions that you took.
Yeah. Oh, that's perfect, man. I wish we could like multiply you. Like we need people like you in the industry. You know what I mean? Imagine if there was like 1 million of you. So much people would be doing the right thing and eating the right way, you know? That's good. Where did you grow up? Was you born and raised in Florida?
No, so I'm from St. Louis, Missouri originally. I guess you can call it a country boy, but ain't nothing really country about St. Louis other than the way we talk.
St. Louis, ain't that where Nellie's from?
Exactly. That's exactly where Nellie's from. Funny story, I went to the same high school that Nellie went to. My brother and Nellie graduated the same year.
Wow, that's good. I know Nellie now through you. That's amazing, man. So what was your what was
Yeah.
it like growing up? Was you weren't a vegan then? You
No,
transferred
I grew up eating a regular standard American diet, the traditional Southern black, you know what I'm
Calgary.
saying? Collard greens, cookout, you know what I mean? Just bar, and then in St. Louis, we're known for our barbecue and our
Yeah,
pizza.
yeah.
So
Pete's cobbler.
all of that.
Yeah.
So I ate everything up until I turned 18. When I turned 18, I went vegetarian. So
Okay.
when I turned 18 is when I psyched up Rastafari. So I really started to make a lot of different changes in myself
What
as
made
an
you want to do
individual.
that? Sorry,
I
as an
was just
individual.
no, that's perfectly fine. Thanks for asking. So I went on it after my senior year in high school. I started on a journey to really discover myself and find myself, and so that led me to do more research on African and Black culture, doing more research on religions, and finding that religion really wasn't for me. And since
Mm,
Rastafari isn't a religion, it's a way of life, it
yeah.
made sense because it
Mm,
aligned with everything that I wanted to be. And
yeah.
so that was it from there. I
Yeah.
stopped cutting my hair, stop eating a lot of the crazy stuff. So when I very first went vegetarian, I was ITAL, so the only thing that I was eating was fish. But then money got difficult, so I started eating chicken, and then
Mm,
just kind of went back and forth between vegetarian and pescatarian until 2014 when I went full plant based.
2014, 15,
Yeah.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh
Yeah,
wow,
so
you've been doing it for a while.
almost 8 years now.
Yeah, yeah, you're doing it for a while. Wow, that's good. And then when did you create? Oh no, let me do that in order because I'm asking
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
asking you
Take your
like the
time. We
15th
got time.
question at number two. Yeah. What when did you start you started your page 2019. So
Yeah.
2014, 2019. That's 5 years after you made the transition. So what what was that when you thought, okay, now I want to start sharing it with everyone what it's done for me? Because
So I guess it kind of I'll tell this story the same way I tell it every time I tell it. So I'll start with why I went vegan first because that really is the catalyst to what led me to helping other people.
something
So
about
and
irritable bowel syndrome.
so yeah, so that's part of me. So um since I was younger, I was always trying to gain weight because I was thin, like rail thin, MAGA, however you want to think
Mother.
about
I like that
it.
word.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
understanding.
I spent most of my young adult life trying to gain weight. So I was drinking protein shakes, eating a lot of chicken, and just constantly eating, constantly working out. And so with that, I was constantly bloated. I had irritable bowel syndrome and all that comes with that. And so it wasn't a super health issue, but I was always uncomfortable, always
Yeah,
gaseous.
yeah.
Yeah, so it made being around not the easiest person sometimes,
Yeah.
especially on my high protein days. Um,
That's
yeah,
funny.
um,
Sorry.
so that's what I was dealing with personally. Depression, bad sleep habits, all of that good stuff. But in 2013, my mom passed away of cancer, and so in 2014 is when my first son was born. And
Okay.
knowing And at the time, so me and his mother decided it was like, hey, we both are predisposed to these certain things in our family. We have a family history of it. It's time for us to stop that. And
Yeah.
so she was like, hey, we're going vegan. It's like,
Yeah. And you like changing
yeah,
the
okay.
cycle.
I was willing to do it. I just didn't want to give up fish. I resist I resist change. I resist change by nature. So everything it takes me a little time to warm up to.
Yeah, yeah.
So in the beginning, I was like, yeah, nah, I mean, you can do that. I'm gonna still eat my fish. But at the time, she was the main cook of the house. So she said, okay, fine. I'm cooking one meal. If you want to eat that, you can cook that. And I
Mm.
said, okay, whatever you're cooking is fine for me. I'll eat that. And so that's how I became vegan. I became vegan in de facto. But it was one of those decisions that I'm glad that I didn't resist and fight because it was a game changer for me. My sleep improved. Although I was healthy, I felt healthier. I felt like even lighter than just being vegetarian.
Yeah.
Um, and learning more information about the lifestyle, I decided to give up gluten. And that's when my irritable bowel syndrome completely went away. Because even while vegan, I still had it a little bit, but it wasn't as bad. But once I
Yeah.
gave up gluten, it went away completely.
Is it
So
hard to
fast,
put on weight as a vegan?
no, it wasn't because of my why. And I think that's what it comes down to when people say, is it hard to be vegan or plant-based, whatever term you want to use. Because for me, it's just the term to describe the lifestyle, because there's really no way to describe it where people could just completely understand it without putting a term. But I don't consider myself vegan
Mm.
just because of the
You eat the right
stigma
way.
that comes with it. Exactly. And that's why I use
Yeah.
plant-based. But what was the question? I almost
Is it hard to put on weight when you're vegan?
No. Oh, is it hard to put on weight? And that's the question.
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought you said, was it hard? Is it hard to put on weight when you're vegan? No, you just have to eat a lot. You just have to eat more. You have to eat more. You have to train. You have to eat and you have to train. That's
Mm.
really it. So it's the science of putting on weight, whether you are a meat eater or a vegan. You have to make sure you're hitting your macros, your proteins, your carbs, and your fats, and you train.
Yeah.
That's the only way to gain weight. You need to be in a calorie surplus, so that means you eat more calories than you burn.
Yeah.
And the hard part about that is eating enough food sometimes.
Yeah. And with
Because
a vegan, their sorry to cut you, but with a vegan, their transformation would look very different to someone who was a meat eater, right?
not completely. Uh, Only in the sense that so I can say this: there are plant-based eating and then there's vegan. And I say that to say that to be vegan only means that you're eating food that does not have any kind of animal products or animal byproducts in it. So Oreos are vegan. There's a lot of vegan junk food.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So their journeys can look similar, but
But
if you're talking about
plant-based is
somebody that's
totally
eating
different.
for somebody who's eating mostly plant-based, theirs is going to look different because they're not going to get as much of the sugar, as much of the fat that's going to do the bulking of it. So they're going to do what's always called a clean bulk. So they're going to
Mm.
put on weight, but it's going to be muscle, and that's why the training has to be there, because that's
Yeah.
the only way to gain weight as a vegan if you're eating a clean plant-based lifestyle.
Yeah. Ah. What's changed? Like, have your friends changed? Like, when you became plant-based, did you just start looking at people like, no, I can see the chicken in your teeth, man. I can't be
Well,
around
I
you.
would say my friends changed just because
What?
I associated with different people. I had a small friend group to begin with. I don't associate with a lot of people, but because of the different and new things that I was doing, I met new people, and that became my new friend group. So I really don't have a lot of people in my circle that do eat outside of the way or live outside of the way that I live, because as I'm an entrepreneur, my children are homeschooled. It's that whole self-sufficient lifestyle that I live, and so most of the people in my circle live in a similar kind of bubble.
Nice. That's nice because your children are actually really getting the benefits of the earth, you know.
The whole thing, like we got the garden in the backyard.
Yeah.
I distill my own water.
Let me
Like I
ask
said,
you
the home
about
food.
your home water.
Yeah, I distill water. So instead of buying water, I distill my own water, because in my opinion, there's only two type of waters that we should really consume: fresh spring water or distilled water. There are some people that say, "Oh, don't drink distilled water because it robs your body of nutrients." But you're drinking water in a self-contained system. So is it really robbing your body of nutrients, or is it
No,
pulling
because
it
there's
to put it where
nutrients in there already. Yeah.
Exactly. So
Wow.
what the water will do is pull the toxins and the heavy metals out when you're eating the proper way, because now it has something to bind to.
Yeah.
Because that's what water does. It absorbs those things
Yeah, it
so
does.
that
And
it can be transferred.
you're smart. It's really smart.
Exactly. So one, it saves money, and two, I know what's in my water, and it's the only way to ensure that I'm not getting any fluoride in my water.
Yeah.
That's the second main reason why I got a water distiller, because I was looking at different ways of purifying water. There's a couple of different methods that I almost went with, but the one way to make sure that fluoride isn't in my water is to boil it.
Because fluoride can't live in heat.
Exactly. Well, it's not just that. So what distilling does is basically you're boiling the water and you're catching the steam and cooling it. That's what distilling water does. So anything that's not able to evaporate stays in the bottom of the pot. And so that's all the metals, the fluoride, the chemicals, the plastics, all that stuff stays there because it's not able to evaporate. And so I'm drinking pure clean water. Whatever
Yeah.
other people want
Does, is
to
your
think.
life, yeah, is your life expensive?
I wouldn't say so.
No,
I wouldn't say so at all.
do you save
Because
more now that you are plant-based? You save more?
I wouldn't say I save more. I've found ways to make my lifestyle not expensive. So
Yeah,
I shop in bulk when I can. So I buy my grains, my seeds and legumes. I buy all of that stuff in bulk so it's at a cheaper price. I
yeah,
buy fresh fruits and vegetables most of the time, and I limit the amount of processed foods that I buy because that's the stuff that's expensive.
yeah. My beds don't last like a week.
No, they shouldn't.
I was gonna say like, but if I put them in the fridge,
They
there's some
unless
stuff in the UK that still like they will last a week, like a veg, and it's like, uh, I'm not gonna eat that. I
yeah,
will if
no.
I don't.
If it's lasting past a week, then you probably don't want
Yeah,
to eat
like
it
after
long.
2 days.
So
So this
yeah,
was gonna ask you like in different countries, the soil is not nurtured. Do you know
it's
what I
going to be
mean? And
different. It's different.
yeah, I just feel
Absolutely.
like I can't grow nothing here in the UK with this dry white man soil. You know what I mean? I can't do
But no,
nothing.
that's when you do a raised bed garden and you create your own soil.
Yeah.
And then you put the nutrients in it that you want. So
So
if
I
you
would
want to
have
grow
to
your own,
buy soil from the shop.
well, you can buy soil from the shop, or you can take regular dirt and amend it by putting in the nutrients that it needs.
Ooh, I never knew that you could get your own dirt and then mend it.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
I
By
didn't know that.
one way to do it is to create your own compost. You got worm castings.
Yeah, yeah,
There are different blends of different not I'm not chemicals, but there are different blends that you can get of
yeah,
natural fertilizers
yeah. My cousin
that you
does
can
that.
use.
So you have
So
like a big bucket in your garden that's just full of compost.
well, I did, I created a compost bin. So here I think my window's
Compost
clean enough for you to
bin. I want to see it.
I think my window's clean enough for you to be able to see it. Now I don't have much in in my garden beds right now because I need to replant for the year, but all of my
Hmm.
trees are still fruiting.
That's okay. Wow.
So
What fruits are on the trees?
that's a mango tree, a couple of coconut trees. Behind the coconut tree is a soursop tree. That dead one there was a papaya tree.
Oh, you're
I
proper
got a
growing, you know. You can see oh, that's so nice.
yeah. Then I got a jackfruit and guava tree there, and then across the back, those are some baby avocado, mango, and a couple other trees that are still in the small version.
So,
So
so you're gonna
um,
move? You thinking about
so yeah,
moving to Africa?
that is something that I would love to do. I don't know where Africa or South America, an island country. Visiting Africa is definitely a vision and one of those things that I was going to do. I don't know necessarily about moving, but once I'm wealthy enough, of course, having a home in
Yeah,
Africa is always the dream.
that would be nice, man. Because that's good soil, you know. You don't have to buy no soil.
Abs- Absolutely, not just that. Then you don't have to worry about just forming all your own food. You know
Yeah,
that there's a market where you can trade and do what's necessary, and you're still getting all fresh, natural foods.
yeah. I'm gonna do what Erica Badu did. She's got bathtubs in her garden, and she puts the soil in the bathtub, and she grows through that. That's what I'm gonna do. That nice. What
That's
subject
one
is
way to do a raised garden bed. So I did a
yeah?
raised garden bed by using wood. She's
I
using
saw it.
an old tub. That way she can create her own little environment. That's what's up.
Yeah, I like the tub because it looks cute. But I'll do some beds as well. I'm gonna do the same. I'm learning. I knew that the compost and that fertilizes the soil, but I didn't know there was ways that you can manipulate the soil to grow your food like that. That's awesome. What did you study in school?
So I went to school for business. I have a bachelor's in hospitality management with a minor in finance.
Nice. Nice.
Completely 180, which kind of goes back to your other question of how did when did I start my page? Why did I start my page? So
Yeah.
fast forward 5 years after my transition, I was working in one of my jobs, and a coworker of mine came to me and asked for some help. He was 6'3", 300 and some odd pounds. He just had a new baby, and he really couldn't get down in the floor to play with his daughter like he wanted to. He
Wow.
had to use the couch to get up. It was pain. There was discomfort, all of that. So he asked for help. So I created a meal plan and a fitness plan that helped him drop 30 pounds in a couple months and improve his mobility so he was actually able to enjoy his daughter. And so that's when the light bulb went off for me. This is what you're supposed to be doing. Because at the time I was looking for what I should be doing as my own business. I had started I make my own jewelry. So I started a jewelry and mala business, so meditation kind of business. And that was cool, but I wasn't truly passionate about it. But after helping him, that the light bulb went off. A couple of weeks later, I quit my job. Fast forward 3 years later, here we are.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's really good. So you and that guy close friends now? You still talk?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Is he still working there?
Actually, yes. The last time I talked to him, I haven't talked to him in a couple months,
I bet
but
he
last
tells
time I talked to
everyone the
him,
story. I bet he tells
I, I,
everyone.
I hope he does, because he came back and did the program again once I had started the business, and him and his wife did the program.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was
So
definitely a sign. That was definitely a sign. Definitely a sign that this is what you're supposed to be doing. And it actually suits you as well. It makes sense for your spirit
yeah,
and
yeah,
when you look at
thanks.
it. Okay. You said becoming a vegan reversed your irritable bowel syndrome. What have your clients said that it's reversed for them?
Not just clients, but other people that I've talked to. I'll go through the list because last year I did an interview circuit where I interviewed different vegans every week. So I've talked to people that have reversed asthma. I've talked to people that have lowered blood pressure. I've had clients that have lowered blood pressure. I've talked to people that have been able to reverse their diabetes, people that have lowered their cholesterol, lost weight, improved mental clarity, better sleep,
Oh.
reduce pain and inflammation,
Mm.
reduce the pain of arthritis. So I'm pretty much that I don't want it's not a cure all. However, when you eat right, you drink water, you sleep, and you manage your stress, a lot of
Your
the
body
things that
operates better.
your body has the time to actually and the tools that it needs to heal itself. Because
Yeah.
we're born with a machine that knows everything it needs to do day in and day out. Think about it. We don't have to think about our heart beating. We don't have to think about breathing. We look at how many times we've just blinked in a few seconds. We don't have to think about blinking. Our
Mm-hmm.
body knows what to do to protect and repair itself. We just have to give it the tools to do that. But the
Mm.
lifestyle that we live from a day-to-day basis because of the society that we live in isn't set up for that. Because our societies, unfortunately, are designed to keep us mentally weak, physically weak, and sick because the society profits
Makes
off of it.
money.
Exactly. I mean, because you got to think about it. Most of the, like, even just the distinction between the food that's allowed to be sold there in the UK versus the food that's allowed to be sold here is a stark, shows you the stark difference in what companies are willing to do just for profit.
Mm.
When you
Mm.
read the back of packages of the same product, same company from the UK to here, it's completely different. There,
Yeah.
there's there's less food coloring, less preservatives, less additives, less of all the chemical additives, the stuff that has very long names that's hard to pronounce. There's a lot less of that stuff.
Aspartame. Pouring and aspartame. They got so much of that in the drinks. I'm like, they use that in cars.
Exactly, but there's even more of it in the processed foods here in the States. And
Mm.
so once you are able to give that stuff up, you're one, taking in less toxins so that your body doesn't have to process as much. And two, you start feeding it whole food, plant-based, so you're getting the actual vitamins, nutrients, phytonutrients that your body needs to actually heal itself, repair itself, and function at its best state.
Yeah. Wow, man. I would train with you if I was in Florida. I would
Yeah,
definitely train
thanks. Well,
with you. I will get you to work
it
with my
doesn't have to be
son
just Florida. Most of my clients that I train are virtual,
all over
are
the world.
online. Yeah,
Yeah.
I created a program that was designed so that people don't have to be with me in person.
Mm,
I do have a couple people that I personally train just because they're close enough and all of that, but I didn't want to limit my reach to just saying, okay, I'm a personal trainer. And so we have to book a one-on-one session because that limits
yeah.
people's opportunities and people's times because most of the people that I work with are adults, business owners, or parents
Yeah. And that's like
and all three. So they don't have a lot of time to just dedicate to meeting at a specific time. And then I didn't want to tie myself down to having to be at here, and here, because every other week I have my two sons.
yeah, that's the glory of the internet, though. The fact that you can be everywhere in the world, you know.
Ex-
That's the one thing I
exactly.
actually like about the internet. And I got two sons too, and I would love for them to transfer to vegan. Vegan's a vegan, but vegan don't want to be a vegan anymore. Do you know what I mean? So it's like he's getting older,
Okay.
and he's seen his brother like, why can't I eat that chicken and that? And it's like I don't want him to eat
Yeah,
that. But
that would be very hard to navigate where you got
mm,
one doing it, one not, or when you got one parent doing it and one parent that's not. Luckily, my ex is still eating and living a very similar lifestyle, so I don't have that friction to deal with.
yeah, that's good then. That's good because yeah, that's good. My sisters put my son on milk.
Ooh,
I never used to give them milk. When they were born, I didn't give them milk. I gave them rice milk. Rice
oh,
milk.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And we only need to drink rice
plant
milk.
milk.
Yeah, rice milk. And then when I took him home one day. She forgot to change his bottle, and it had like cow milk in it. I
Ooh,
was so upset. Like, just it broke my heart. I was really upset, but everyone was laughing at me, and I felt so upset because I thought you don't know how deeply that hurts. Like, I'm trying to make my son better than me, but I
exactly, and
understand.
it's
Food is deep.
and that's hard, especially when you have other people around you that don't understand and don't respect it. Because, like you said, they laugh because to them it's abnormal for you to not drink cow's milk. When it's crazy that the things that are unhealthy are what's normal, and when you live healthy, now you're the weird one.
Yeah, yeah, you're crazy because you make your own bread. You don't go shop for it. You just make it yourself. What are you drinking?
I
Looks
right now I'm drinking tea. So right now I am actually going through my 14-day body reset detox, reset
yeah,
cleanse detox, whatever you want to call it. So this is the kidney cleansing tea.
yeah, and guys, you can find that on his website. Okay, all the products, the wristbands. I mean, not wristbands, resistant bands, Southern Vegan Holiday Recipe ebook. And then you got what else? You got the 14-day
So
herbal cleanse products. You got the
yep.
Lean
So
Vegan Program, Discovery Call, Healthy Kitchen Consultation, How to Eat Plant-Based Made Simple ebook, and a Habit Tracker Calendar.
all of that. Just click
All
the
on the
link in the
website.
bio, and you can get linked with all of those different things. So the detox program is going to be great for anybody who is pretty much living life, because no matter whether you're eating clean, eating vegan, eating meat, eating processed foods, you're still coming into contact with high level of toxins, and because of the water, the air, the even eating the foods, especially if you're eating non-organic food, the pesticides and things that are in that. So the detox is meant to really help your body get rid of the toxins that it's already processing. Because people say, "Oh,
Okay.
well, why do I need the detox if my liver and kidney are already processing this stuff that's designed to do that?" Well, it wasn't designed to process as much of it as we've been put on. So
Mm,
the toxic load that our body handles is super high. And
mm.
so the detox is created with herbs that are designed to help and aid the body in pushing out and eliminating those toxins, those free radicals from your body. And then I paired it with breathing exercises and well as regular exercises to help further along the detox.
Wow, people must get results really quickly, like
And
within
so with this, when people say results, so for me, detoxing is not for weight loss. You can lose some weight when you detox because you're going to push out any waste that you may have been holding on to.
Mm.
But some people detox, whether you're doing a juice detox, and then you're only drinking juice. So of course you're going to lose weight because you're losing water weight. You're
But I
losing, you
think that's
haven't
the
eaten
wrong way to
anything.
do it, by doing juices.
Exactly. So
I don't think
that's why I don't do it that way. So when I detox, like my detox also comes with a meal plan. So I eat while I detox because you need the fiber to help sweep out and to bind to the toxin so that it can actually make its way out.
Why do you detox?
So I detox because again, everything I eat isn't organic. So I know that there's still pesticides. I do occasionally drink regular water when I'm out and about. So I know that there's that level. I breathe the air. So there's still levels of detoxing. And so for me, it's a body reset. It's like hitting the reset button on my body. The way that the analogy that I use is you do regular maintenance on your car. You go get an oil change, you go get a tune up. Detoxing is basically an oil change and a tune up for your body.
Oh, wow. That's a nice one. I like that. I like that. I like that.
Appreciate it.
What does the nutrition industry need?
The nutrition and fitness industry needs more transparency, more truth.
I hate these little diets that will kill people, you know. Like,
That it needs more transparency, it needs more truth and more science-based and science evidenced advice. There are a lot of people out there that are parroting information from somebody that they heard without doing the research themselves. So and it makes it hard. And then on the flip side of it, there are a lot of people who are doing it strictly for the money. And so they are using tactics and things that are it's deceptive, period, point blank. And so transparency and transparency, honesty, and the word that genuineness, that's what it really, because the nutrition industry in itself as a whole is going to be hard to change because it's part of the machine. The nutrition industry is tied to the pharma industry and the medical industry. So if they feed you bad food that's going to make you sick, now you got to go to the doctor so that they can prescribe you some medicine so that everybody keeps making money.
Everybody making money, people just dying and getting sick. But not if they listen to Robert Moore, right? Not if they go plant-based, not if they go vegan. They've got a chance to survive, innit?
And it's not just listen to me, because take everything I say as a spark or advice to do your own research and find what works for you. Because
that's good that you say that.
Over the last 15 years, 22 years of me living a different lifestyle than everybody around me, it's changed because I went from vegetarian to pescatarian and then back to vegetarian and vegetarian to vegan because I learned something new. From vegan to plant-based because I learned something new. I gave up gluten because I learned something new. So I stopped drinking and doing certain things because I learned something new. I started using certain supplements because I learned something new. So it's a forever journey. So don't just take what I say or what somebody else say. Read the information, learn it, apply it, see what works for you and what doesn't. What doesn't work, get rid of. What does, keep. And make it your own, because that's the only way a person is going to make the lifestyle theirs, is to make it their own. Because what works for me may not work for you. You may have to do things just slightly differently. Our bodies are chemically different, so you're going to need different things than I do.
Yeah, it's true.
So, but yes, but the overall arching theme is eat nutrient-rich foods which come from a whole food, plant-based source. Get plenty of sleep. Drink plenty of water. Move every single day. Find a healthy way to manage your stress. You do those 5 things and you will have good health.
I was going to say, that's your 5
that's the 5
pillars. Your 5 pillars. Yeah.
That's my 5 pillars.
Yeah,
that is the 5 pillars that I believe in and that I attach to, and that's my testament, because that's how I've been able to deal with my stress, deal with my depression, deal with the irritable bowel syndrome, deal with losing weight after being depressed and gaining it back, putting on muscle, helping other people lose weight and change how they feel about themselves and different things. So,
does that inspire you? How does that make you feel knowing that you found your niche?
Absolutely. It is a blessing because every day I get up and do what I love to do, and it's impactful because my goal is to impact 1 million families and help them break the generational curse of passing on bad eating habits and improve the quality of life that they pass on to the next generation.
Yeah,
And so it is fantastic, and with every person that I talk to, every person that I help, whether it's just through a conversation, through a post, or through the program, it's just extra validation that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing to add my value to the world.
Yeah. Sometimes you feel like it's a fight to like get people to do the right thing when they've signed up to you and they've made their payment and they're still like.
It can be at times, yes, because the hardest part about this lifestyle is the mindset shift that comes along with it. And so until that mindset shift comes, people are stuck in their old ways and old habits, and sometimes those can be harder to break away from. But the way to do that is to always remember your why, and that's what I remind people every time there's a slip or when they're faltering is, why did you want to do this? Because at the very beginning of the consultation, we spend almost half hour talking about your why and what's important to you. So that's how I'm able to get people to make that switch. And once they make the switch and they start to see the results, it's easier for them to stick to it. It's just getting over the hump because most people have tried to diet before, and so they approach it like a diet. And so they're skeptical. And so they kind of have, they kind of want one toe in the pool in it versus just jumping in. But once they finally jump in and they see that, all right, yeah, this is where I want to swim.
It's a lifestyle.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's you're actually better than a personal trainer, because a personal trainer is like part-time. They get you somewhere to a point, once you got to that point, you're done. But with you, anyone who's coming to kind of do your teachings and your program, they're gonna use it forever. Like it's gonna become their whole lifestyle. So that's amazing. You're not doing body transformations, you're doing life transformations. That's big,
My intention is to teach people things that they can do to continue to sustain, to live healthy, even after the program is over with. The only reason that somebody needs to do the program for a second or third time is because they like the support and coaching that comes along with it.
Yeah. Oh, that's how cute. That's so nice. Oh, I'm so proud to know you. That's just amazing.
I appreciate you holding the space and allowing me to share my story and my journey with your audience, man. This is fantastic.
Of course, man. Of course. And I'm going to be sharing your stuff as soon as you post it. I'm sharing it. Oh, yeah. And I'm grateful as well because I'm learning so much. Oh, my God. My brain. Look how big my forehead looks with all this information. I'm just bloody hell, man. I'm just getting so smart. Okay. How would you advise like a person or a coach on water retention?
Water retention? So if somebody is retaining water...
someone holds water a lot. Yeah.
Then to do the research and look up some diuretic herbs and drink teas that are diuretic in nature, because what that does is it makes you go to the bathroom and it naturally dries out your body.
Yeah.
So to give you an example of a couple of diuretic herbs, I'm not just going to leave people off in the wind like that. But I do not have them memorized because my brain ain't set up like that. That's why.
It's good that you got the book.
That's why I keep books and references, because that is life.
It is.
Yeah, my library is extensive for the reason of being able to find information. Because think about it. Think about it. Some of the highest paid professionals, you got lawyers and doctors. Lawyers don't memorize all of the law code. They know where to find the law code.
They have to go back. You always got to go back to your book. I've still got my university book in my room.
They know where to find it. So that's what I'm all about.
They're
It's
like
knowing
page
where to find them.
942, section 8.
Exactly. So where is this book? Right. And this is the book. This
Yeah.
is not the book I'm looking for, but it's the one that's closest to me.
That's
Herb
okay. That's okay. Yeah,
diseases.
read something to us. This will be the first time someone's actually read something to me. Yeah, let's do it.
Well, I'm looking for a specific area.
Hi guys. Hi guys. We're learning about nutrition.
Herb classifications 175. I'm looking for diuretic 181. All right, boom. So, and the book that I'm reading from is African Holistic Health, Dr. Layla Africa.
Yeah, I've seen that book.
So, diuretics. These herbs increase urination. They act faster on an empty stomach and are often taken for kidney and bladder problems. Also, they help speed up the flush out of toxins of the body. However, you can cause weak kidneys to be strained, so use them with caution. But herbs that works as diuretics, you got burdock, cleavers, corn silk. So the inside of corn, you can boil that. Burdock, burdock root.
What do you mean
Juniper berry,
corn?
parsley.
The inside of corn?
Yeah, so not the inside of corn. So you know when you peel corn.
Yeah,
that stringy stuff.
Yeah.
That stringy stuff is called corn silk. You can actually boil that and make a tea out of it, and it is super healthy for you.
Oh, what?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, listen.
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
I don't have my pen, but I need to write all of this down.
That's all right.
Okay.
We're gonna save the line.
It's recorded, so I'm gonna watch it over again, and I'm gonna write all of this down because wow,
there we go.
Information. I got the bird up, so that's fine.
So the short answer is find diuretic herbs for the person that's dealing with water retention.
Yeah, perfect, man. You're amazing. Okay, so what was I've said that already.
That's okay.
We spoke about your 5 pillars already. Can you recommend a juice for me I got diagnosed with overactive thyroids in December, and it that's kind of the reason why I'm doing this.
Right.
So it's positive and bad. But what would I need a juice to drink like in the morning?
Before giving you that answer, I'd have to go grab another book because I just bought a couple books about thyroid. So give me 1 quick second.
Did you just buy the books?
Just a couple weeks ago. So give me 1 second because that's one of the issues that people have been coming up with.
Yes. It's hereditary, guys. It's in my family. On my mom and my dad's side. It's annoying. It got me. Thyroid's got me. And I was like, no. If you look closely, you can see in my neck.
Yeah, so before giving you any advice like that, I definitely want to do some more research because I don't want to just speak haphazardly.
That's fine.
But yeah, so this book is the Thyroid Source Book, and it's going to help you understand it. But after going through it and thumbing through it, it didn't really give me much advice on how to change things. It was more or less about understanding it. So again, I'd have to give you some more. I'd have to do some more research before giving you an answer.
Okay, that's really
honest. Because when I went through this, I was looking for some things. And I was like, that's not straightforward enough.
Right now, I make I do turmeric, beetroot, and purple carrot. Yeah.
Okay, so that sounds fantastic. All of those are anti-inflammatory.
Yes, and then sometimes I add lime, or a drop of honey, and I'll drink it. And then I drink water, like a lot of water. But then I drink a lot of juices. Like I make fruit. I crush the fruit. I make juice. I don't really like drink orange juice from the shops and stuff like that. I'm starting to make my own stuff, but I want to start growing as well. But I make those juices. When you see a juice that you could recommend to me, just DM me and let me know, because I'm getting tired of the beetroot, man. My tongue will be purple all day. Like, what you been eating, Mom?
Drinking the same thing can get old. So you have hyperthyroidism or hypothyroidism? You said overactive thyroid?
Yeah, it's hyper. I got the hyper one.
Hyper. All
It's
right.
it's thyrodoxis or something like that. Thyrodoxis. It's just like it just needs to go away because it's something I know it's curable.
So the advice that I would give you off the rip, that I would give anybody with any kind of ailments, is reduce your toxic load by eating as much organic as you possibly can.
Mm, I don't eat meat.
Remove. No,
I
no.
don't
When I
eat
say
meat.
when I say organic, meaning even
Mhm.
your veggies, buy the
Yeah, I know.
organic stuff.
Sorry, I knew what you meant, but I was gonna
Oh
say
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't eat meat, and I still eat fish. So maybe I need
Okay.
to go all the way. I'm feeling like I need to go all the way plant based
I
because
would I would definitely I would remove anything that is a possible irritant or inflammatory or that
yeah,
possibly throws off hormones.
we could probably work together. How long's the program?
The program is 90 days.
90 days. Okay, because then I can do it to my sons what you do to me. Okay, that's good. In regards to clients, what social media platform do you find the best for client retention?
So 90% of my clients come from this platform right here, Instagram. I also have TikTok. I have
YouTube.
YouTube. I don't load as much stuff to YouTube. That's actually one of my goals for going into
Uh,
this quarter, is to get my YouTube channel, get more
yeah,
content up for
yeah.
there.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm.
it's just that I am better in conversation than I am just talking to the camera. So my energy is a whole
No,
lot different.
no, no. I don't agree. I don't agree. La, 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 la. I don't agree because your videos, they're informative, they're fun. You got good personality, and you're very honest. All your videos where you're doing your lives on your page, I sat through most of them, but obviously I was researching, so I couldn't watch the whole thing.
Yes, sir.
But got to a point where it's like, oh shit, wait, I have to go to another video. Do you know what I mean? Because you was talking about the 5 pillars, and you're like, hi guys, thanks for bearing with me, and you talk to your fans, like you talk to your
Yes,
followers,
sir.
and it's really engaging. So I
Yes,
say
sir.
I would love to see so much more, like what you do on YouTube. Just pull it all
What,
on the.
what, what,
Like what you do on
what I do, what I
Instagram,
do.
just transfer it all to YouTube. Double it, just double it. That's all you have to do for now. Is everything you posted, just share it and share it and share it, because
Dig.
the really videos are good, the live videos are good, and you learn so much. And you talk to me like you know me through the screen. You don't know me, okay? And then,
Yeah,
but
thanks.
that's
I
how I
appreciate
felt,
that.
you know. It's lovely,
Yeah.
man. I love it.
Oh, I so appreciate that. That is so
Yeah,
humbling to hear it. That is so much validation. I so appreciate those
you're
kind words.
wicked, man.
And that's
Oi, you're amazing,
man.
amazing.
Give
And what I love about
give
you,
thanks.
you're very you care a lot about stress management. And
Thanks.
I've never heard a nutritionist. Like I don't know nutritionists who deal with stress management, but you do. Do you know what I mean? How did you fuse the two together?
Because you cannot approach health from one side. It's multi-pronged. And how you manage stress. Forget that. Stress has a huge effect on our body. It has an effect on our hormone, because the biggest stress hormone is cortisol. Too much
Mm,
cortisol makes you gain weight.
mm,
Too much cortisol makes you get bad sleep.
mm.
Too bad sleep makes you gain weight. Bad sleep takes away the time that you have for your body to actually go through the healing process that it does when you're
Yeah.
sleeping. And so it only makes sense to approach it from all angles, because telling somebody to just work out and eat in a calorie deficit, that's not enough.
Mm,
People have been doing that for a long time. They need to figure out how to deal and balance the hormones. And the way to deal and balance the hormones is to balance and manage your stress
yeah. So that means
and eat
last
better.
year was stressful for me, and then like the doctors are like, oh, it seems like you've had it for quite a while, but I'm like, no, I've been living life, okay, I've been having a great time, all right, I'm happy. But last year I had a really really bad time, and that's when it flared up. So I know that it was stress that caused me for this to actually react and become like manifest itself, you know.
So
So
take the time to unpack that.
I got to de-stress now. I got to de-stress. I've been
Take
de-stressing,
take
man.
Oh, there you go. And that's it. It's just no matter where we get to, we can back out of it because we just have to do the daily things that help us do that. So do your journaling, do whatever it takes to unpack and let go of that stress and the trauma that the stress caused so
Yeah.
that your body can release it and release everything that is the cause of
What
it.
I need
And
to
that's
do,
and
I
that's the
need to
other reason
release.
that you have to deal with. And that's the other reason why that you have to deal with stress. Well, I chose to deal with stress when dealing with people and having them deal with their sleep patterns and all of that is because the body keeps score. There's actually a book I have called The Body Keeps Score, where trauma situations, every time we go through a situation that is traumatic, and traumatic could mean that we were uncomfortable. Something
Mm,
as simple as us being uncomfortable is traumatic to our body. So it
yeah,
doesn't have to be all the way on the extreme end of trauma of, you know what I'm saying, some
yeah,
of
I get it.
those truly traumatic experiences to
Mm,
be called trauma.
mm.
Sitting in an uncomfortable position for too long and you had to sit there is traumatic to your body. So your body's going to hold on to that if you don't
Mm.
release it. That
Wow.
trauma
Any little
means your body's
things?
holding
Yeah.
everything, and that's why you have to journal, you have to meditate, you have to release, you have to yoga, stretch, move, release all of that
Yeah.
from your body.
Yeah. And I didn't feel like de-stressed until I stopped focusing on what put me in that position. When I started focusing on myself and like I realized that I've never really focused on myself, even though I thought I was because I'm a trainer and I'm changing lives and I'm not doing it to myself. It's like, what?
But
Shame?
that's the easy that no, there's no
You need
shame in
to
that.
go
And so
home.
let's get rid of that word right now. We're going to get
I
rid of
felt,
shame. We're going to get rid of shame
I
and
felt a bit
regret because
embarrassed.
compassionate. You got to be compassionate with yourself
Yeah, because I
because you got to think
wasn't.
about
I
it.
wasn't
Are
compassionate with
you
myself.
but are you a normal person? Are
No.
you regular? I'm sorry. Are you a regular person? Are you a person?
Yes.
So that means you're flawed.
Yes.
So
Very.
so so that means as a flawed individual, we have to be reminded. As a
Yeah.
coach, I have a coach. I have a business coach, and
Yeah.
I just enrolled in a coaching program to help me strengthen my legs because it's a weak point of mine. So a
That's
coach is just
amazing.
somebody that's there to support you and help you get from point A to B quicker so that you don't have to do as much on your own. So don't feel a way
Mm,
that you're giving advice to people that you may not be following all the time
mm.
because we're humans, we're people, and it's real easy to give advice. Think of how many times you sat and talked to one of your homegirls and you gave her advice about something, but if you were in that same situation, it probably wouldn't be so easy for you to follow that advice.
Yeah, it's true. Like I can't. I've never really. I try not to give advice that I don't follow, but there's times where it's like I wouldn't do that. That's your life, so that advice is for you because I wouldn't even do what the situation that you're in. I wouldn't even do that. But
You
I
would have
just
been
feel
there.
like yeah, I wouldn't even do it. So I feel like I was training. I was training and I was really pushing and presenting online this strong black woman, and I'm not. I'm weak. I was weak. I
Yeah,
was damaged. I was hurt. I was in pain. But I'm also still really that woman as well. Do you know what I mean? So I know I'm hurt. I'm a superhero. Like I know it. Like you meet me, you know, you can feel the power, you know? But at the same
right.
time, just because I changed your life when I meet you, I want to be able to do that for myself now. I felt like I couldn't do that for myself. And now I'm doing it. And it's like
That's
I'm
what's up.
never going back again to that. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just
And
really
that's
like,
what's up.
yeah, thank you. That's what's
No,
up.
but that's good. But that's part of the journey because you got people that are millionaires, wealthy, doing all this other stuff, but their personal life, their internal life stink.
Yeah.
So don't false yourself. Give yourself the compassion and the grace that you need,
Mm.
and be proud of yourself because you noticed that you
I
were
am.
there and you
Mm.
decided to move out of it.
Yeah, that's the thing. This is why I love myself,
So
yeah, because I always see when I'm doing wrong. I always see when I'm messing up or when something's not right, I'll be saying it. I'll say it for like a week, 3 weeks. I'll be moaning and saying the same thing like, I don't like it. I'm not comfortable here. I'm not doing this. I don't even listen, yeah, I'll go, you know, you don't know me. And I'll end up doing it I'm just like that. Like, if I'm in a spot for too long and the energy starts to change, I'm just like, I'm going. And I never have to see anyone again. I just have to be my bubble of trying to recover and be better for myself, because I never used to do that. I'm such a, not a people pleaser, but I love to help others. I love it so much. I love to see other people happy, and it makes me happy. I could cry if I see someone singing a beautiful song. I'll start bawling and it's so beautiful. But that's me, and I'm not apologetic for it, but I need to now know that's me, because there was a time where I knew that was me, but I weren't playing with it. I weren't putting in action towards myself, you know? It's, sorry, a lot of hands in it when I'm talking. I'm very expressive, and that's me.
That's okay.
And I can't apologize for it.
Don't stop. See, right there. Stop apologizing, because I'm expressive with my hands too. So don't apologize for it, because it's your personality. But that's one of the things that we have to do as individuals, is embrace who we are. So you talk with your hands. Say what you talk with your hands.
Hey,
if somebody got a problem with you talking with your hands, tell them to close their eyes and just listen.
Isn't it? Like, but you know, no one really has a problem. It's just me, because I'm not used to seeing myself. So when I see myself moving, I'm like, whoa, what's like? I'm really flamboyant, isn't it? Like,
we are not in school. We are not at church. Ain't no reason to be proper like. Ain't no reason to be stitched. Just sit here proper like. And we just sit. I mean, like, how good of an interview would it be if we were both just sitting here, sitting like this, looking at the camera, just sitting looking at each other.
That would be right. Look at the sweat.
And we just answered the questions and just sat here and looked. Please get out of here. Keep your energy. I appreciate that energy. Keep it up, sis. Keep it up.
Thank you, man. And I'm so proud, like, to meet people like you who help me come out of my shell and be myself online, you know, because there's something I was really scared of. So I'm really proud that I got all my brothers and sisters that I'm interviewing, black, white, Indian, any race. You are all, like, you're all supporting me and protecting me. Do you know what I mean? We're all in the industry, and even though it felt like no one was together, there was no togetherness, we are together.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? We are together.
Absolutely. You're not alone in it.
Nelly, stop laughing at us. What, you're laughing at my sweat? Look at my sweat. Robert made me sweat, guys. Okay, just before I go, I'm going to ask you one more question, yeah? One more, please. Just before I go.
Go for it.
Actually, it's two questions. First question, what will this year, what we're going to see more of from you? And the second question is, give advice for new qualified nutritionists who are plant-based, and just people who want to go and study it. All right.
Okay. So what you can expect more from me this year is a little bit more of the same. There will be more content created around really mobility and strength. So the reels, you'll start seeing those a little bit more. As far as content-wise, I am going to be focusing a little bit more on helping people with their everyday ailments. So really focusing in on dealing and preventing a lot of the chronic illnesses that have gone on. So making content around that so people can understand that this lifestyle is the way to have the quality of life that you're looking for as you get older in age. Because I'm 40, and so most of my audience is in that early 30s to late 50s range. So that's what they care about and what's important to them. So I want to make sure that they're getting information that they can put into action daily. As far as
can I just say, 40 where? Where are you 40?
40 where?
Where is it? No.
I'll just agree. I have to pick up the beard to show you all the
You look younger than me.
I appreciate it. Yeah, so that's what you, and then so I'm also right now I'm working on a video series for people how to transition to the plant-based lifestyle. So to go along with the How to Eat Plant-Based Made Simple ebook that's free, there'll be a video course that goes more in depth and gives you everything that you would be reading, but in short form video, where the videos are 3 to 7 minutes, so you can get information, get in, get out, look at it when you wasting time doing this, but you can get the information you need. So that's coming up.
Can I have that video? Can you send it to me so I can share it as well?
Which one?
The video that you're going to do to help people.
Yes. Well, yeah. So that's going to be a video series. So that once that program is created, I'll definitely link you into it and let you know what's going on.
Yeah. Link me in. I want to share everything.
Absolutely. And then the second question was for anybody who wants to learn more about the lifestyle, about being a nutritionist and all of that. Read. End of story. Read. Read our audiobooks. There are tons of books that can help you on the beginning of your journey, but it really becomes down to what's important to you. So before you start researching and doing all that, you have to find out why. Why is it important for you? Why is it important for you to be healthy? The answer seems obvious. The question seems like the answer would be obvious, but everybody's reason is different. If that why isn't big enough, that why isn't deep enough, you're going to continue to do what you've always done.
Yeah, that is fact.
But the plant-based journey is a good.
I know you got bare books there, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm sitting in my office. I'm sitting in my office right now, so I don't have all of them here. The rest of them are on my bookshelf in there. So the ones that I keep in my office, just the ones that I keep at my arm's reach, so that I can reference it pretty much any time, are Becoming Vegan, the China Study, the Plant-Based Journey, and the 21-Day Revolution, the plant-based program that will transform your body, reset your habits, and change your life.
Wow.
And then, of course, the African Holistic Health is the other one that I keep nearby. But there, you can always do Google Scholar. And if you type in Google Scholar, it will take you to Google Scholar, and now you're getting access to all of the peer review articles about whatever topic you want to ask about. And so that's where some of my information comes from, is spending time scouring Google Scholar.
Wow, man. You know what? You could do it. You could do a school. Because you see what you're doing. You're homeschooling your two children, yeah? Spirit said to me, I can see like a bunch of kids, like 10 of them, the whole, like you teaching them about nutrition, you know, a little school.
Give thanks.
That's what I feel, because you're a teacher. And I'm honored to have this opportunity talking to you. I got to go now because my son is right at the door. They're like, Mom.
Yep, the kids are giving you the amount of time that they're willing to give you. I understand now. I'm surprised they gave you this long.
You know how it goes.
Perfect. Well, I appreciate, again, you opening the space and giving the space for me to share my journey.
My pleasure.
You had some great, amazing questions. I appreciate it, because those are some questions that I haven't answered out loud. So it was good.
You know what the thing is? I got more, but I didn't get to ask you all of them. I had little 2 pages.
We can do a part 2 if we need to. I'm open to it.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
I'm open to it.
Thank you so much, man. Have a good evening, okay?
You're very welcome. You as well. Peace.
Later. Peace. Bye, guys.
Oh, when you're done, send me this video so I can post it to my page as well.
Okay, then. And I'll send you invites and stuff, yeah?
All right, perfect.
All right. Take care, guys. Bye.